Wow, Adin Ross goes after finding out that Ironmouse beat Kai Senat, all-time Twitch subscriber record. Ooh.
Ironmouse, a virtual streamer, has become the most subscribed Twitch channel ever. What? As she surpassed Castanet's record. Wait. Hold the fuck up. What? What the fuck is this?
Like, how can you not know this? Do these content creators live under a rock? Like, even I am somewhat aware of what else is going on YouTube. I suppose it's because most of the, I guess, like the popular press, the game journals and the ones that are reporting on Geekdom, do their best to avoid the fact that VTubers are becoming so popular. Like, I've seen an IGN top 5 female streamer list, and they excluded VTubers from that list. They do this all the time. So maybe this is why Adin Ross is a little bit bewildered. Because for him, it's coming out of nowhere. But, like, for everyone else, like, we've known for a while that some of the most popular Twitch streamers on that platform are VTubers. Doesn't mean you have to like it. It's just that it's reality.
I'm not even trying to be on no hating shit, but what the fuck am I looking at? Can somebody give me the context behind this? I saw this picture earlier. I thought it was like some type of meme. It's a dude? No shit. Guys, anybody that's role-playing as this is a fucking grown man. Or
I love the fact that this is what happened a couple of years ago when I first found out about VTubers. The technology wasn't there yet, and there were only a few girls doing it. One of them was Project Melody, and Project Melody gets banned from Twitch. So she goes on a different website. I think it was called Charbait or something. And all the other women were livid because now she's number one on the website. Like, everyone is just ignoring all the e-girls that they're just going and they're watching Project Melody. And I will explain as to why that is, but they all start saying that Project Melody is a dude. It's like, oh, you're jacking off to a dude. So like, I was like, okay, well, what is this? Like, why is she popular? Because there needs to be an explanation. Usually the simple explanation that comes to mind isn't the accurate one. And the explanation is that once you actually watched her content, she was actually talking about philosophy and stuff. Meanwhile, you're looking at the other girls and they're like, oh, I have boobies, ooh. It's a completely different type of content. I mean, it's still titillating. One of it is a cartoon, the other one is an actual person. But the reality is you're not going to get the cartoon anyway, and you're not going to get the other person anyway. Because this is like what I keep seeing a lot of people. It's like, oh, why don't you watch a woman that is flesh and blood? You need to watch a woman that is flesh and blood, and you need to donate super chats to her. And I'm like, okay, but you do realize that the concept of watching a streamer in itself isn't very productive. Like it's just entertaining, right? You're never going to be that person. They're never going to be your friend. The only thing that they will do is maybe read up your super chat. But if you're watching, let's say, a woman like Alinity, right? And you donate money to her, she's never your girlfriend. She's never going to talk to you. She's never going to address you, right? How is it different than Ironmouse? It's like, yeah, but Alinity is real. Well, yeah, there's a voice actress behind Ironmouse, which is real, I suppose. But you're never going to interact with her either, right? Now, it's also important to spread the demographic. Because this is one thing that a lot of people don't like to admit, and they pretend that literally every single person in the chat of a VTuber is a simp. And you have to pretend that there's no women there, because there are. Like, I have seen that at least 10 or 20% of the people in the chat of some of these VTubers happen to be women. And then out of the men, like, some of them are legit simps. Some of them actually have a parasocial relationship with the VTuber, and this is due to the magic of the internet, because you feel as if she's in your home and she's talking through the screen with you. And there are people that indeed are developing these bizarre attachments that can be seen with any female streamer. But then there's also other people that enjoy the sense of community, which I would say that it can also be incredibly toxic, where you have a bunch of men that are just gossiping about what happened in the VTubing community. It's like, oh, did you see what this VTuber did? Oh my god, oh, but did you see this other one, what she tweeted? And this is to such an extent that there are channels dedicated just on gossiping about VTubers, and they're making so much money. And you can blame the channels for existing. You can say, well, these channels are the problem. But even if they didn't exist, the community would still be the same. Because when it comes to the chicken or the egg question, it's the community that came first. Now, there's also people that watch these VTubers because they're genuinely talented. If I'm not mistaken, Ironmouse can sing opera. They can play video games. They can interact with chat. They are charismatic and funny. We're talking about the VTubers at the top of Twitch stream, right? So, obviously not all of them are like this. But usually the ones that are at the top are. So, like, the bare minimum is that they can play video games. And then they can also interact with chat while playing and be charismatic enough to keep people subscribed. But they also can do other things. Like, some of them I have seen dancing, using various 3D equipment to project themselves on the screen. I have seen some of them draw very well. Others are capable of singing. So it's not the type of content that most e-girls put up. That's why it's so popular. Because if you look at... I'm not going to give names of ladies from Twitch, but like all they do is they show skin, right? And some boobs. And that seems to be enough to attract a lot of simps, but they lack the community aspect, the parasocialness of it, if you will. And it's also the fact that they don't do anything else. Like, most of them don't even play games. They barely interact with chat. Like, they're just like the type of girl that you meet in real life, and that's why they're not as popular. But since they have boobs, they're going to be more popular than men, right? Because this is another thing that we need to point out. You know, Adin Ross is bewildered over the fact that a woman is more popular than Kai Cenat. But if you look at the generation of our parents and what came before that, they had Hollywood. And usually female actresses were much more popular than male actors, right? Like, the popularity was there. Like, there were a lot of guys that were popular, but... You know, it's a movie with Megan Fox. I mean, oh, it's Megan Fox. Oh, you gotta see it. Oh, Pamela Anderson. Oh, Pamela. Right? So, like, a lot of individuals would go watch the movies simply because of the female lead. And it's the same now. Like, it's just the way humans work. A pretty woman is going to attract more people just by existing. And if you're adding to that the fact that they can sing opera, and you're adding the fact that they can play video games, and you're adding the fact that they can interact with the chat, and you're adding the fact that they're charismatic, and they have like a somewhat decent voice, and the laugh isn't screeching on your ears, then yeah, I mean, they're going to be more popular than Kai Cenat. The reality is that a lot of people just hate anime nowadays. I guess they really, really love Steven Universe. Like, they really, really love Disney Plus, and you know, they must enjoy Netflix and all of the queer platforms that these companies are promoting, to the point where anime is bewildering. It's like, oh, it's anime, it's awful, right? Like, no, I need CalArts, I need Steven Universe, I need my He-Man. What is with this nonsense? So it's ideological in nature, in a way. But if you zoom out and you look at it objectively, if you had a time machine to bring one of our grandfathers here, they would objectively say that all the content is shit. They would say that, what is this nonsense? Grown men watching a cartoon. That's shit. Kai Cenat, have you looked at shit? Adin Ross, what is your shit? Like, that's what our grandparents would say. And it was always like this type of thing where people are rejecting the new, I suppose. And it's not that they're rejecting the new, they're saying that the new is evil or satanic. When I grew up, it was heavy metal. Like, if you listen to heavy metal, it's satanic, it's evil. Why are you listening to the devil's music? Now it's Adin Ross doing the same. Like, he reached the age, and he's looking at the new generation and what's coming up, and it's like, what is this? What is it? What is this nonsense? And by the way, like, when I was growing up, I remember people were doing the same about Let's Players. It's like, what is this trash tier content? Like, Let's Playing. Like, you're just playing a video. Why would you watch someone play a video game when you can play the video game yourself, right? So, like, it's always like this thing where people from the older generation are looking at what the new generation are doing, and they're like, meh, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just it's normal, it's healthy, I suppose. Everyone does it. I mean, look at another person doing it. Fuck.
VTubers. Fucking VTubers. Oh, fuck, I've just seen the VTubers on the side there. Fucking dude. Fucking VTubers.
Guys, what if...
So my point, if individuals didn't want VTubers to be this popular, why can't they create better culture? I mean, the reason that anime is popular is because America dropped the ball. America's used to dominate the world with Superman, with Disney cartoons. Like it was impossible to go anywhere on Earth without people knowing about the magic of Disney. And now we got the magic of Yasuke, Assassin's Creed, the magic of Concord. Like, this is the shit that's coming from the West. We got the magic of Big Mouth and Netflix, Star Wars The Acolyte. Well, I guess you have Rick and Morty. I shouldn't diss American entertainment too much, because there is Rick and Morty. But the reality is, anime is popular because America has dropped the ball. It didn't used to be this way. I remember growing up, and I was showing people anime, and they were like, what is this nonsense? This is cartoons. No, I'm watching American entertainment. I'm watching Stargate, Battlestar Galactica. They were watching Buffy, Vampire Slayer, Lost, Prison Break. Like, America was making such amazing entertainment that by comparison, anime was shit. But now America is making such trash tier entertainment that by comparison, anime is golden. So people who watch anime will naturally also gravitate towards VTubers, which have the anime aesthetic. And this is the answer to it. If you want people to stop liking VTubers, I suppose you should start making America do entertainment like it used to. It doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. It just has to go back, find out what worked, and recreate the magic of the 2010, 2014 era. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.